the video that a lot of you have been waiting for, and we're going to talk about Zebec, the network, the token, and what that means for you and your investments. So you know how I am. I like to talk about things that are actual application and real-world use case, and this network and token meet the bill, okay? This is really cool. So many of you might remember Coil. This was an early project for Ripple where they actually streamed payments when you were on a website. You were able to, as you participated on the website, send small micropayments from your wallet to the creator or the content creator or the media creator there on the website. They would receive those real time as you were using that for entertainment or education or whatever you were participating in. You would be making those payments real time. So down to the second, you'd be sending, microtransactions, thousands of a penny, whatever it was. That's basically what Zebec does. And the promise of this protocol is pretty interesting. It's really robust for many applications that a lot of people are excited about, payroll in particular. So right now, you get paid every couple weeks. And normally it's a 2-week delay that your employer has, a kind of setback for you. You get paid, maybe there's a week delay, maybe they have some different delays in there. There's some frictions that exist. But imagine if you went to work, you clocked in, and as soon as you clocked in up to the next minute, you got paid. There was a payment stream coming from that employer's wallet directly to yours. And this could happen across the entire economy. Money and value could flow like water between counterparties. It could actually be currency that we talk about. So you'd be able to get paid up to the second almost for the work, or pay other people up to the second for what you were consuming. You wouldn't have these subscriptions that we have today. I think that this is a huge application for platforms like Hulu or Netflix. I don't know if they'll move to this model because I don't know if it will be quite as profitable for them because they're getting the money up front. Businesses always want the cash up front and then deliver later. Tends to be a better play for them. However, I think over time, this is where all of these platforms go. You're going to be paying for what you use, basically. And there might be a platform fee that you pay. And then once you meet the minimum of that, kind of like a retainer with an attorney, you would continue to pay, but you'd stream the payment or the cost real time in addition to that initial retainer or whatever you paid at the beginning of the month. I think that that's probably a more likely scenario for how this will play out. So it'd be some type of platform fee or something else for the use or the initial onboarding of something, unless, they're marketing to you. And maybe that's how it'll work out. If you retain your own data and you don't want it shared or to be marketed to, then maybe you pay a fee, or maybe they stream you payments because they're able to get your data real time and share that with marketers who can then market their things to you. Again, back to the payroll. That's kind of the propagated use case for this, which is pretty interesting. ZBAC is on Solana and also on Ethereum, or EVM-based networks. They're able to stream those payments real time to your wallet. And as digital wallets are adopted, we've already seen some of that by banks and institutions here. Your bank account has been converted over to a digital wallet if you are with one of the larger banks. Credit unions have been a little delayed in making that jump for most of them. But I do think that with time, that's pretty much where it's going. You've got a Google wallet, you've got an Apple wallet. Most people do if you have accounts on either one of those platforms or with an Apple device. Even Android has Apple Pay. It's going to be a very different world 5 years from now in how value moves. And I think Zebec could definitely play a role in that with the protocol and smart contracts that they have that are Solidity and Python based in order to be able to orchestrate the streaming of real-time payments between counterparties based on the value that's being exchanged. So what does that mean for the token? What does it mean for your investment? We've already seen a pretty big run up here in Zebec. Not that it couldn't continue, and there is real-world use case and adoption potentially for this network. There are some competitors out there, but it seems that they have kind of set themselves apart from the pack. And similar to, Stronghold, I think that there is a potential that an acquisition could be made by a large enterprise for this type of corporation. Obviously, these smart contracts are decentralized, and they would just be adopting open source technology to be able to implement this. And that's where the real value is. If you saw multiple providers, all of these streaming platforms adopt this technology or protocol, and locking up Zebec and staking it, that restricts the supply. And obviously with supply and demand economics, you could see a pretty big run up in the token here. Many other people like Zach Rector think that it's going to go to 10 cents, which I think is also fairly realistic based on the use case and the application over a reasonable time frame, right? Again, you need the actual adoption of this in a utility-driven way for that supply-demand dynamic to play out. There are many other opportunities with these networks and protocols. Hash is another one that we've looked at for provenance. DAG is another one that we're talking to with Ben Jorgensen. And needless to say, there are a lot of things out there beyond just the payments side of things, which is where all my money is. Just candidly, I'm not invested in Zebec, so this is not me advocating for Zebec. It's for entertainment and educational purposes only. Always consult with your financial advisor before making any investment decisions. I have to put the disclaimer in there, but I think that there is an opportunity here. It's a very interesting technology. It's kind of a first mover, and it does seem to have traction. So with that, I do think that there is potential here for price appreciation and a really cool change in the way that value is streamed and moved between counterparties. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Is it going to be Zebec? Is it going to be something else? Is Ripple going to come out with a competitor, or Hyperledger, or Stellar? It's yet to be seen. Is there another enterprise that's going to come onto the market and compete with Zebec? Or is everybody just going to choose to standardize with one protocol and go all in on this one? It's yet to be seen. I don't have the crystal ball either. If you haven't yet, please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we will see you guys on the next one.